Business manager said, absolutely not. And it was on a hospital job. You know what happened? The hospital job's non-union. Now, who won in that situation? Who won?
Non-union won.
Did you win, or did he win?
There's more sides to that story. I wish the business manager from 1739 could be here.
Are you for that merger up there?
Am I for it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm for it or not, but I think the way it was gone about, they had a study done by a guy that worked for the Labor Board named Armstrong, and brought forward all these figures to try to justify that they needed to be brought into Toronto because they weren't doing a good enough job organizing.
Are they doing a good enough job, Mary?
I don't know.
You wait a minute. You were up there. That's part of their area. You ought to know that.
Well, they got the same challenges we have in Toronto, only Oshawa and Barrie on the outskirts of Toronto, so they have almost box stores. They have almost smaller jobs.
And they're not doing them.
Well, they're doing as many as they can, and they have market recovery plans.
Doesn't the Constitution also, somebody quoted the Constitution about it, doesn't it also say the business manager is responsible for making sure that all that work is done? Union? Exactly right. Are they do? No,
they have organized.
Have they? They have been?
You know what they're not doing?
What?
They're not signing up everybody that walks into the union hall.
Who's doing the
What
work?
we're doing is, and I'm an organizer.
I know you are.
I believe in strategic organizing.
And that means keeping out some of the people out there
No,
doing the work.
I believe that we should be taking out our competition. I don't believe
And how do you do that without organizing?
It isn't easy.
No, you're damn right
it's
it
a tough job, and we could probably talk about that later, you know, but with respect to Oshawa and Barrie, I know that those two locals would have to really tight with the District 1. It seems to me that I always give a lot to help that study to push, because we have a bill, Bill 80, there's a law in Ontario that requires that
Are you speaking to me or the camera?
Oh, this guy here, sorry. He's looking at me. I'm speaking to you, sir.
All right.
We have Bill 80, you know that. The international office can't just come in and say, we're an allocation. There has to be a case made to justify the allocation.
You knew that case had to be justified? You knew that case had to be justified too? I read, I had our
still in
I know, I read the case. I had our people look at it. We had looked at all non-union, we looked at all the issues up there. Had I have not agreed that there was a problem up there that needed to be solved, I don't care what Bill 80 would have said, they would not be merging. Now believe me when I tell you, Mary, I'm not a bullshitter. If I was, I wouldn't be out here talking to you. I'm not a bullshitter. I looked at that. I had Tim what's his name? Tim Armstrong. Tim Armstrong brought the report down here. We went through it. I had our attorneys all look at it to make sure that we were seeing the right figures. We were looking at the right way, the right thing. I don't want to merge those locals. Every time you merge a local union, all you got is an empty spot down there because that local union is gone. Public don't even know. I mean, public don't. They couldn't care less at 353 down in Toronto. They want to know what's going on in their local union, their local area. A non-union contractor is not going to go all the way to Toronto just to be a nice guy. Now, come on inside.
Why does?
Don't tell me to wait. Ain't going to wait.
Brother,
No, I didn't say that.
Thank you for doing this.
Come on inside, guys.
I would like to know how much time you got.
Another 25 minutes. Don't forget, I do have a job. They might cut my damn
You're going to check out a party to go to.
Probably
take about 25 minutes.
All right, buddy. There you go. Turn that off.
No, that's the construction. That's not here. It's down there. The camera was a lot better. You get a lot better hearing.
Out here we're just bantering. Voice your opinion, it feels good, but it's not.
Or we're just going to have to wait until I put you on the spot. I stalled your thunder. So,
You ain't stealing my thunder. Anybody that got a hole in their ass knows what's going to happen down there. We've got to talk about what we're not doing. We're not doing 70%. 70%. Don't you understand that? 70%. I've got local unions. Where are you from? Orlando. You know how much? You know what your membership or what your local market share is in Florida? If I hadn't gone down there and put that thing in there, you know what it is today? It was then? It was 1, 2, 3%. That means 97% of the work was going non-union down there. Are you happy with that? Oh, okay. I just wanted to
But Mr. Hill, at the same point in time, you turn around and now there's 200 guys on their books because of CECW.
Do you know how? Wait a minute. Do you know how many people they put to work because of CWCE down there?
Do you
know how many people?
That view job that Miller Electric
wait a
did,
second. Just
that
a
it was
second.
so screwed up because of the CECWs. They had one journeyman running 20 CECWs.
All right. Let me ask you a question. Come on in here. We'll show you a job. You wouldn't have. You had 19 CWCEs on it or whatever. You wouldn't have had one stinking journeyman on that job if you hadn't had that. Not one. Not one journeyman, not one apprentice, not one foreman. You would not have had that. And I can tell you, I can take you down to Florida, and I get to know Florida as well as I do. I can show you jobs down there, but if we had to have a CWCE, you wouldn't have had one journeyman on it, let alone 15. If you don't think I'm telling you the truth, I'm sorry. But that's an absolute fact.
Telling me the truth. I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
Well, then what are you saying?
I'm not disagreeing with that.
You aren't?
But I'm disagreeing with the point now that it's 200 people on our book. We haven't seen that since after 9/11.
Do you know what the economy is in this country right now? Are you paying attention to that? Well, it's terrible.
Yeah, I think I am.
You better. You know how much money our pension plan lost because of the drop in the economy last year? Millions. You think that doesn't bother me? It's driving me crazy.
How many months of unemployment have you been on? Your brother, been on 2 years.
You know what? I'll tell you something. You're right. There's nothing I can do about that. He said, try to get you more work. I've never collected an unemployment check. I never have. I've busted my ass the same as all of you guys did on the job, same as you did, every day of my life. And I still bust my ass every day of my life. So don't be critical of me because I haven't collected an unemployment check.
I'm not saying that. I mean, you said look at the economy.
Look at it.
I'm probably the only brother that's standing here that actually has a job right now.
I think you got a job.
So, I mean, you know, I'm the only one, at least out of...
Well, you certainly, these guys certainly are not alone. You know what the unemployment rate is in construction industry right now?
It's pretty high.
Like what?
Probably 20% or better.
Higher.
That's more better.
I understand.
Thank you for your time.
You guys understand?
We going in, guys, or what? What we doing?
I gotta use the bathroom anyway. I'm going in.
Let's go.
I think you want to do
You emailed me before. We're praying for you. Gotta give your wisdom. Dealing with these people.
There you go, bro. Hey, brother.
Yes.
Hey.
What else you got to do?
Did you see his face?
Hey, Quail.
Are we going in?
Well, you should try to come in, and then if he says no,
When he told me to check out the camera, I came over here and that dude was standing there and I went like this.
you walked away.
He was gone.
Yeah. Good move. See, that guy was hanging around.
Yeah, he was
hanging around.
going for it, no question.